Hello everyone. I would like to share one small video about the current trending one, which three people got denied a visa entry in Abu Dhabi. So basically, from India, people choose two routes. One is through Abu Dhabi, where you will get you can get stamped at point of entry without going through immigration hassle in the United States when you arrive. And another route is you can choose the Qatar route, and there is another one also. I'm not sure. I think that's through Europe, where you don't get pre-approval of immigration clearance, but when you arrived in the United States, that's where you go through immigration check and stuff. So people try to after traveling like 20 hours, everybody will be very tired. So most of the people try to avoid those routes just because to get the pre-approval in Abu Dhabi itself, which is kind of smart one, but not in these unprecedented times. I'll explain you why. So basically, during COVID, I know a lot of people stayed like beyond 4 or 5 months in India. Even they are doing jobs in India itself, even though they are employed in America. So like they took the work from home and whatever, because at the time there was no specific regulations like to say like how many. But even there were at the time the rule was very clear. It was like maximum 60 days. That's what all you can stay in outside of the country in H1B. So sometimes when you have emergency, you have to provide the emergency proof and employment approval letters, your attorney situations, everything, but it's all depends on the officer at the port of entry. If the officer is convinced that you went to India for the emergency reason and you have provided the valid proof, then he will decide whether he can approve or not. But end of the day, rule is rule. If you stay more than 6 months, then it is completely, it's you are at risk. When you are traveling beyond 6 months, yes, you should be prepared for visa revocation. I'm not saying this is situation all the time. Like I said, it's all depends on the timing. This is a very delicate situations. This is the nowadays the rules. Everybody is looking at even small mistakes. Like in a like a large way. So it's always avoid to uh, you know travel more than like 2 months in India, and I would personally suggest maximum 30 to 40 days or 50 days, because rule is rule. And so far what I heard is they were revoked on basis on 22 CFR 41.122H3. So I did a small research on that law, so as to see what exactly and on what grounds they revoked it. And it's very simple. They revoke it has like couple of options to revoke it. And in this situation, the maximum probability is revocation by consular officers, which is consular officers have the authority to revoke visas at any time, and may do so if they believe the visa was issued incorrectly, or if the visa holder violated the terms of visa, which in this case we can see they stayed more than 2 months. One person stayed more than 2 months and one person more than 3 months. So it's very clear why their visas got revoked. So in this case, yeah, they violated technically, looks like they violated the law, but they were saying they have emergency proof and they have a couple of mails from attorney, but yeah, it's all at risk if you violate the law. It all depends. Anyway, it's always better to avoid these kind of situations. Don't try to travel beyond too often, and make sure follow the immigration rules and make sure what's actually going on in the current situations. Sometimes you will get a very hot situations, like now, so where everything will be overlooked and everything will be checked very thoroughly. So make sure and take care. Thank you.